Buongiorno tutti. Hello. I am an American consultant working for EU Sustainability on behalf of an Italian nonprofit founded by an Albanian woman. So I'm still trying to work it out myself. It's a little complicated, but nonetheless, here I am. Anyway, so like Evangelista said, we are an Italian nonprofit working to integrate migrants, and this is a little bit about ourselves. So we were founded in 2003 by Dr. Claudiana Ciuca, a native Albanian who migrated to Italy in the early 1990s and eventually created the organization. Our objective is to create and promote a multi-ethnic and multicultural society that guarantees a true integration, not something just on the surface, but something a little bit deeper. Our mission statement, you can see there, is integrate without assimilating, distinguish without dividing, and remaining united in shared diversity. At least that's the rough translation. So we have had a bit of an evolution since our founding in 2003. We started with an intercultural center with supported services for immigrants. And then we've had orientation of social assistance to help immigrants kind of navigate the complex bureaucracy of Italy, which I can attest is quite difficult. We have also worked more recently with welcoming migrants through the first and second phases of migration through CAST centers and SPRAR centers. And through both of these centers, we have been promoting social employment activities as well as cultural and linguistic mediation. So at first, like I said, the organization was founded in Lecce, Puglia, and it's since then been expanding throughout the country. And so we are currently in 6 Italian regions with 6 offices, and right now at the moment 12 migrant housing centers. So we have 5 kind of themes in our activities. The first being achieving that individual autonomy, which is crucial for a real integration. The second is supporting the process of social employment and collaborating with institutions, whether that's civil society, whether that's government, national, international, all of the institutions, working with them to try to provide this. Next, we have been promoting language skills and uniting that with the experience of work to better understand the culture and the traditions of the host country. We organize meet and greet events with local communities to kind of bring it down to the personal level of what migrants are facing, the problems that local communities in the host country have, and really just to communicate. I think that's the basis of integration, is just communication on that personal level. And finally, working on the recovery of the individual and collective identity. A lot of these migrants have gone through a lot of trauma, and it's not always the easiest thing to just go through a very difficult activity, being migration, especially over the Mediterranean or through the Balkan countries. A lot of these migrants have suffered a lot. So kind of helping them understand where they are in the new host country can be quite critical. So first, under the subset of recovering that individual autonomy, we help them work together in formal and informal settings to learn a trade, like maybe in agricultural sectors or in athletics. We have several migrant soccer teams, and as you can see, music. Some of the migrants, especially down in Puglia, really enjoy getting together and singing and dancing. And there is one migrant, this is actually a secret, I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but he's creating a rap song about his experience. So a lot of them can be quite creative in how they're choosing to undergo their own personal path to integration. So next, support for the social labor inclusion and collaborating with these institutions that I mentioned previously. Collaboration with institutions is fundamental, like I noted earlier, and we start a lot of these partnerships in community service to the local host communities, whether that's cleaning streets, helping out with elections, setting up chairs, what have you, festivals. They're there to help and to feel like they're kind of part of it too. We have several experimental projects, so to speak. One is a massaria, which is a small agricultural little project down in Puglia, where migrant families can live there, work on integration, work on their languages, at the same time learning a trade in the agricultural sector. We have a community garden in Cesate Lombardia, scusa. My English is messing with my Italian now. And this project encourages the migrants in this community to manage this community garden, work with the community members to create some tasty food. Another project that we promote is evaluating the existing skills that migrants have in order to best understand how they can go through their own individual, personal integration. There's no silver bullet for integration. I think it would be folly to say that this is the one true path to integration because everyone's different. And so we work to try to understand how they're different so that we can best tailor their own process. And of course, language and cultural orientation is probably the foundation of any integration. And so we support language lessons in classroom settings through, at the same time, learning a vocation. Maybe it's becoming a tailor or a seamstress, or even the agricultural sector, like I mentioned before. And of course, being in Italy, understanding how cuisine in Italy is made is probably half of a true integration, I would say. And of course, as you can see, the pizza, a fundamental part of the cuisine. And of course, sharing with local communities is another subset of the activities that we support. So reaching out to local communities through intercultural awareness programs. The program that you see up there was a program we just finished in October, that we worked with local schools in and around Lecce, Puglia, to help them understand the life and the mission of Malala, the renowned Nobel Peace winner, and helping them understand the struggles that she went through, and that there are kids all over the world that don't have access, especially young girls, don't have access to education, and helping explain why that matters and why they need to know and be aware of these kind of things. Additionally, like I noted earlier, a lot of migrants really enjoy music, and so here is a little example of a musical concert that looks like they have choreographed as well, which is quite nice. And intercultural sharing sessions where that was what I noted earlier, getting together and just talking on that person-to-person level, which is, of course, crucial. And then several of our centers, welcoming centers, have relationships with local schools, and so migrants will visit local schools and explain where they come from, what their personal culture was like in Mali or in Senegal or what have you, and to just talk with young kids. And again, like I noted earlier, intercultural sporting events are something that we find has been a real motivator for migrants to really get involved in the community. And finally, that recovery of the individual and collective identity that I noted before. where we organize cultural workshops to process these past experiences in creative ways. As you can see here, there's a theatrical spectacle. And so essentially we're working with these painful memories to transform them into something through metaphors, through allegories, into something that's more tangible. You know, you have an experience in your mind, but to be able to express the pain, to be able to express the reconciliation that you need to feel, sometimes that needs to occur through something more visceral, like theater, dance, song. And finally, ensuring psychological support is, of course, really important, and encouraging that they create a new plan and to have something to be working towards, which can be quite important. So yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any questions, you can find me around. Thanks. Thank you very much.